Hello, grateful to be here with you, as is the Council of Light. And this question has been proposed that I'm going to bring in now. What is it you perceive as holding you back? And you might just take a moment as an observer, witness where your mind goes, where your attention goes when we ask that question. Maybe jot it down, helping to cultivate awareness, even if it's not on a conscious level, but where some part of you feels held back by certain things. And just take a moment, inviting you to imagine and intend for your guides to encircle you, your higher self to be present, to support you, and reflecting on, pondering the question, what do I perceive as holding me back on some level? And when you ask that question, you start to get aligned to energetic information that can then become conscious and linear, but it may not. So when you ask the question, what do I perceive as holding me back? And then pause, imagine some part of you linking into the energetic information far beyond the mind. Some part of you is getting clear on all the nuggets, all the layers, all the pieces of the puzzle. And you don't have to consciously know. You may consciously know some things, but you don't have to consciously know everything. And just employing that higher self and the expanded aspect of your consciousness to zoom out and look. There can be various culprits to this equation, various relationships with various things, people, groups, ancestral links, past life links. So we're just holding space for your higher self to take inventory, and your body's higher self for it to take inventory of all the spaces and places and pieces where some part of you perceives it's being held back by, and maybe it's intentional because it could be a part of you holding yourself back until you resolve a certain piece or activate the vibration of a certain lesson. And so we want to hold space for all of that inventory. And then working multidimensionally far beyond the mind. From this level of your conscious free will choice, as an infinite being of light with infinite choice, are you willing, even if you don't know what it is consciously, are you willing to let go of the meaning you may have given it, whatever it is you perceive as holding you back, from the perspective that on some level you designed it for you? And so any disempowering meaning you've given it, where it has power over you, where it is your nemesis, your Achilles heel, again, that's kind of indicative of where we think it has power over us as a being, an infinite being of light. Are you willing to release all the meaning you've given it that's no longer serving you? So you can see through a more empowered lens. So you can move into a vibrational proximity to shifting, growing, and evolving into more empowered ways of evolving yourself versus scenarios that require you to appear to be disempowered or lack or experience yourself as though you're separate from source. Are you willing to let go of all that meaning and any identifications you have of you as the victim to or at the mercy of something, whether it's a condition, a circumstance, a person, a group, a relationship with a specific entity like money or an organization or a boss or a family member or a partner, whatever it is, are you willing to release all of the meaning you've given it that's no longer serving you? And then this part is just being willing to release the meaning and then handing it over to higher self to reinterpret it to a higher octave. We're not going to do that at this level of consciousness. We can't solve a problem on the level. We have to go up a few octaves to reinvent and evolve. So we're just going to invite the reinterpretation to the higher octave to the degree that you're choosing it. And as you're willing to release the meaning, we're inviting your higher self, body's higher self, if it's willing, to reinvent your relationship with all of it to a higher octave. The way you're perceiving it, who you think you are in relationship to it. And just taking a moment for that energetic transformation and alchemy to occur. And recognizing that it could be a lesson you're after, that you really, really, really want to activate a particular vibration of mastery within you. And so many times we won't let go of the catalyst that's we're using for that specific energetic muscle and activation until we've activated the vibration. So we're now going to invite you as an infinite being, your body Deva as an infinite being, as a nature spirit of earth, to set up appropriate chambers in the appropriate order, timing, and dimensions for you, your body, your teams individually to activate the vibrations you're actually after in the appropriate order, timing, and dimensions. And to integrate those vibrations, reweave your fabric, your ways of being, your ways of perceiving, your lenses of perception with those higher octave vibrations. Upgrading your boundary mechanisms, your shields of protection with those higher vibrational ways of being. Seeing through a more multidimensional lens, more empowered lens, more liberated lens. And then letting that integrate. We call this an energetic maneuver that goes far beyond the intellect, although we do use the intellect to make the choice to do it or not do it in another dimension. Then we let our multidimensional self do the work in a higher realm and shift. It's like the divine alchemy, shift the vibration, let go of the old orientation, the old energetic stance, bring in the new energetic stance, the more empowered, the more aligned, the more free. And then we integrate it. Balancing, stabilizing all your energetic fields, updating all grids, all reference points, all ways in which you perceive and are perceived. So one nugget that we'll bring in with this is this idea that we encourage you to use this process for one thing. And then you can use this process again, focused on another thing, and so on and so forth. Now, when we did it just now, it was general for kind of everything you've taken inventory for. But this process can be repeated because every time you revisit it, you will be different and you will be ready to shift different things than you were ready to shift last time you listened to it. We also want to highlight the importance of integration between session work, energetic transformation work. When you adopt a new energetic stance, you want to really deeply integrate it, and then you're ready to shift more. And we're just bringing in that energetic information. Use your own discernment. Everyone has their own timing, their own flow, their own pace. But if we try to push too hard, too fast, it's like we create kinks in the hoses and we're not really receiving fully all that is there for us to receive. and it puts us out of our own timing when we're pushing forward. So in the present moment, inviting you, your body, your teams to work with the energetic fields and the guides in appropriate dimensions to fully integrate this work. And if it resonates to you to go deeper into these layers of what may be holding you back, we mentioned many beginning when we were kind of looking at the energy. We dove really deep into the layers around what may be holding us back or we're perceiving as holding us back. In a group transmission, is about a 90-minute transmission that we did. And we're offering now until the end of May at 67% off of that session in our online store. It's called Let Go of What's Holding You Back. And you can find our online store at embracingtheinfinite.com and click on store, or there's still energy room. You can go to embracingtheinfinite.store. And the Let Go of What's Holding You Back may be a bit far in, but I think there's a search that you can do to find it. And we'll also add a link below this video to make it easy for you to find. In addition to that session being offered right now at 67% off, we're also offering the Navigating the Current of Change series of sessions at a discounted rate of 67% off. And you can also locate those in our online store. There is various waves that are being navigated at this time, and we will be navigating in the very near future as we pass through this rebirth, birth canal into new earth, into the next level of expression, caterpillar to butterfly. And our body devas especially are being challenged to upgrade, to change, to evolve. And that series is both timely and timeless because it was created and generated and transmitted to support this very specific time where we're navigating these waves of change. Some of you actually already own that series, so we just invite you to revisit it if it resonates. Every time you visit one of our sessions, you are held in a very safe, supportive container. And we won't shift ourselves unless we feel safe to do so. So we are in gratitude to be of service in this way and to support in this way. And we welcome your comments, your feedback, and we hope to see you again soon in another session. And we're going to bring in one more energetic piece. As we navigate this time of great change, we invite you at the level of your higher self, body devas, higher self, and teams to work with the energetic fields and the guides to reference the change that is coming far beyond the mind. Oh yes, we're evolving like a vine growing into more of itself, or the sun shining a little brighter. And so invite some part of you to reference that change that you're in the midst of, that you're moving into. And inviting that higher self of you, body teams, to work with the energetic fields and the guides to calibrate your energetic field for the change that is coming. So that you simply ride the wave. And this is about being energetically prepared for the change that is coming, which can allow then for more grace, more ease, more flow, greater alignment, greater balance. Easier to stabilize ourselves through the coming waves. Current and coming. Current waves and coming waves. Current of change. We invite a balancing and stabilizing of all your energetic fields, updating all grids, all reference points, all ways in which you perceive and are perceived. And may each of you move into alignment with your most empowered way of navigating this auspicious time that we've really waited lifetimes and trained lifetimes for. And just inviting you to connect to your own inner wisdom, your own healing source, your own spiritual power, centering in your light, in the core of your being as you serve. Much love.